Hey there, it's David. The next 4 episodes of Island Hopping will be borrowing part of their titles from the 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. When combined, these episodes will serve as a 360-degree view of this island. These episodes will challenge you to ask and answer certain questions for yourself, about yourself. In this process, it's important to remember that your answers will be based on you, at this time and in this place. The intention is to help you better understand where you are right here, right now. No judgment, no condemnation, and definitely no shoulding on yourself. The goal is clarity, getting real with yourself. For all you have is this moment. That's why it's called the present, for it's a gift. And a gift is only good if it's opened and experienced. So, let's go island hopping. Clarity is the quality of being coherent and intelligible. How a proper understanding of clarity applies to your journey to be is this: if you aim at nothing, you will hit your target every single time. Worse yet, if you aim at the wrong thing, you just might hit your target every single time. Both of which, hitting no target at all or hitting the wrong target, simply aren't viable options. That is, unless you're satisfied with a life that's blown back and forth by the tides of time. Or you're satisfied with a life of putting out the fires that you have started, because you are aiming at the wrong target. For you to successfully undertake your very own journey to be, you need clarity about your target. What does this clarity look like? And how does anyone even begin to gain this clarity when it comes to their very own journey to be? That's some big questions right there. Thus, the understanding that your journey is your destination. For clarity isn't gained overnight. It's a 1 step up, 2 steps back, 5 steps up, and on and on and on kind of process. Yet, all journeys start with a single step, a single move, a single question, a single desire. And gaining clarity on your journey to be is no different. Clarity all starts with the pursuit of 2 things: your identity and your desires. Before you can gain any clarity about where you want to go, you must first understand who you are and what you want right here, right now. For no journey is successful if you don't know where you're starting. Thus, the very first thing that you want to do when you find yourself on this island, when you realize that you have a hole in your life that you haven't been able to fill on your own, is to invest the time and the effort into gaining clarity. Who am I, and what is it exactly that I want?
So who am I? I am a Christian woman who is blessed to be a wife and a mother and a daughter and a sister and an aunt and a friend. And I try to always remember that who I am is founded in Christ and in the message of the gospel. That's who I am.
And what is it that you truly want?
So this is something that I definitely had to spend time thinking about, and I'm glad you asked the question. What I truly want at the core of who I am is I want to leave the world a better place. I want to leave a legacy of my life, of one that was lived in love and faith, and I want to make life better for the people that I love and spread the message of the good news along the way.
Identity and desire are powerful tools on your journey to be. It's so important to know who you are, to get real with yourself. And it's also so important to know what you want. For us human beings, we'll always figure out how to get what we want. Yet, the process of gaining clarity isn't as simple as it seems. For in order to gain clarity, you have to be able and willing to plunge into the depths of you, to fight through the expectations, the traditions, the social norms, and the shouldas, the couldas, and the wouldas of your life. For clarity cannot be experienced until you truly embrace who you are and what you want. Secondly, clarity cannot be experienced if you plunge into the depths of you with a judgmental spirit. One of the struggles that you will face on every island is being honest with yourself. You will be tempted to be dishonest because you will believe that the honest part of you isn't right or good, or the honest part of you would be looked down upon or judged in some negative way. Clarity will never be experienced if you aren't brutally honest with yourself. These islands aren't about being right or being wrong, being good or being bad. These islands are all about being real. And being real, clarity, requires you to be honest. Your challenge will be to let go of any preconceived notions of right or wrong. Forget what you have learned about who you should be or who someone else wants you to be. Clarity requires you to be coherent and intelligible about who you really are. For the sake of this conversation, let's use a common everyday example: weight loss. Anyone who has ever and will ever begin the journey of weight loss needs to answer these two questions. First, who am I? And second, what is it exactly that I want? Answering these two questions in an honest, non-judgmental fashion might lead you in several different directions, none of which is right and none of which is wrong. Remember, the goal is to be real. In answering who I am, you might conclude that you're overweight. You might conclude that you aren't as attractive as you once were. Or you might conclude that you aren't healthy. Again, the specific answer isn't as important as your specific answer, being honest and being real. You might conclude that you want to lose weight because you want to fit into a specific size of clothes, for you believe that attractive people only wear a specific size of clothes and you want to be seen as an attractive person. You might reason that you want to lose weight in order to impress the people at an upcoming event. You feel ashamed about your current body image and you want to impress people that haven't seen you for a very long time. You want to appear to be better than your current self, as well as better than others at the upcoming event. Or you might want to lose weight because you want to live a healthier life. You want to focus on the quality as well as the quantity of life. You want to be able to play with your grandkids, and you want to be able to travel with your spouse. Again, these are merely examples. In this exercise, the form isn't as important as the function. Don't get caught up in the specifics. The point is to demonstrate that answering your two questions honestly, who am I, and what is it exactly that I want, are a vital starting point on the journey to be.
Who am I? I would say I am a husband and father first, and I put that at the top of my priority list and try to live that life with the guidance of Christ and knowing what's right and wrong. Then ultimately, I am a competitor, that everything I do is about winning, and sometimes to a fault I go there, but it's focused on an end result versus what happens in between, and sometimes I lose sight of what happens in between. So that's who I am.
And what is it that you truly want?
You know, I'll play off of the previous comment I made about a competitor. You know, what I ultimately want is for my wife and my children to be happy. And I think that, you know, I use a measuring stick, which is in my mind, and almost everything I do is built around that. And then, you know, to then help make the world a better place and help people who need help. Because, you know, there are people who are needy or don't have certain abilities, and I think if we would bring back into the world church and family, and get rid of the state side of it, that we'd all be a better place.
At this point, your journey now depends on your honest answers. You're being real, and now you can meet yourself in that place. Bonus, God can also meet you in that place. For until you're real with God, God will never be real to you. Combine this realness with what you've already learned on this island, and you have the raw materials for transformation. So let's go back to our example of losing weight. The first two answers concerning who am I and what is it exactly that I want were perceiving ourselves as overweight and wanting to fit into a specific size or impress others at a specific event. These answers are all destinations. These are all points in time and space where you will reach some destination that you long to occupy. The problem with these answers is that they all focus on destinations, and a focus on destinations will only lead to behavior modification. You will be motivated to lose weight until you fit into a certain size or until the important event has passed. Once you've achieved your destination, your behavior modification motivation will be gone, and you will slip right back into your old patterns and your old habits. In other words, you will go right back to who you are. Conversely, the third answer to your questions, perceiving that you're overweight and you want to live a healthier life, is a journey. For this is about who you are and who you want to be, as opposed to who you are and what destination you want to achieve. This answer is about transformation, not simply behavior modification. It's about the journey, not a destination. And it's only in the journey that true transformation will ever happen. But you might be saying to yourself that none of these answers are your answers. You might be thinking that you really don't care about transformation. You just want to look better. Yet, even your want to look better is rooted in some desired transformation in your life. Gaining clarity, knowing your honest answers to who am I and what is it exactly that I want, is the only way that even the possibility of transformation can occur.
Okay, so my first homework question was, who am I? Mm-hmm. And I thought about this just for the last 24 hours, because I've never really considered it. Mm-hmm. But I am nothing. I'm just a piece of the earth, right? Like, I am a moment in time, coming together of lots of molecules, a complete accident and a complete miracle at the same time that became a human being. And I am one of billions, and there's really no difference between any of us. Honestly, we're just all molecules and stardust and earth, and that's all I am. That's all I ever will be. It's all any of us are. That's it.
Okay. So, what is it exactly that you want?
Well, this is the homework question that I wasn't sure about. And so this is where I have a question for you. Do you mean like physical things, material things, or do you mean like overall, what do you want?
This is where I'm really going to annoy you, because my answer is yes. It's not about what you think I want. It's about how do you answer that question.
Okay. Well, my honest answer, and I think about this a lot, and I talk to my husband about this a lot, is the only thing I really want at this place in my life is to be enough. Enough for my husband, you know, a good enough friend, a good enough companion, passionate enough, all the things that he needs, enough for my kids to give them guidance and help them be great parents, enough for my grandkids to be a good example, someone worth remembering. And the crazy thing is, you never will be. I never will be. It's true. Impossible. But that's all I want.
This island is challenging you to know exactly what is underlying your need to do anything. This island is challenging you to be real, both of which sound very simple, but neither is easy. Yet the alternative is the curse of living in a constant state of neediness, the curse of living your life in a constant state of destination seeking through behavior modification. The only way that a want that you can define in your life will ever be realized is through transformation. On the other hand, any destination that you can define in your life will be achieved simply through behavior modification. The problem with settling for behavior modification is that when you do achieve your destination, you will still feel as if something is missing, like you have an itch that you can't scratch. You will still have that nagging feeling that there has to be something more. You'll have a hole in your life that you haven't been able to fill on your own. It's only through transformation from the inside out that you will ever be able to find the more, the peace that you seek, the peace that surpasses all understanding. As you familiarize yourself and with your wants, don't stop searching until you find clarity. Clarity about who you are and what it is exactly that you want. This revelation will serve as the foundation for your transformational journey to be. Don't settle for simple destinations. A destination will never be enough to sustain your journey. For when you do reach your destination, you will simply find yourself right back where you started, looking at your next destination. You'll have a hole in your life that you haven't been able to fill on your own. For seeking destinations never truly deals with your underlying need. Seeking destinations will never give you clarity. Destinations will simply provide you with a better view of your next destination.
Okay, so who am I? I'm a husband, a dad, now a pops. I'm a son, an uncle, a nephew, a cousin, a brother, and a boss. I am all those things. I'm everything.
And what is it exactly that you want?
I think the greatest thing that I want is not for myself, it is for my family. I want my family to be happy, healthy, financially stable, when possible in today's society. I want to be able to help all of my family and my friends. That's what I want. I want to be able to be there for others and do the best I can for everybody. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want.
So, until next time, when you'll be focusing on understanding who you are, this will be your mission if you choose to accept it. 2 questions. Who am I, and what is it exactly that I want? At this point on your journey, there are no right answers and no wrong answers. There's just your answers right here, right now. Think about it. Write down your answers. Commit your answers to memory, and then start living into your answers. Get real with yourself and see what happens.
Hey there, it's Ayesha. Island Hopping is a production of Journey to Be Ministries and is sponsored by Beneva Christian Church. You can find Beneva Christian on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as at their website, benevachristian.com. If you'd like to connect to David, drop him an email at islandhoppingpodcast@gmail.com.